Welcome back. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love.
Chicago sports.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Talked about some of the injuries that we got on this team. Now we got to talk about, yes, even in a win week, what we need to see improve from week 3 to week 4.
Of course. Always room to get better.
Always room to get better. Keep it a Billy Buck bean, baby.
That's right.
There is always room to get better. And even in a win versus a Dallas Cowboy team that now all of a sudden people are magically saying, oh, these guys suck.
Yeah. What happened?
Oh, do they? Remember this was supposed to be a big win. Remember that? Oh, you go out there and beat Dallas. You're going to surprise the people.
American team.
That defense does suck, though. Matt Eberflus, you're trash.
Does.
But a team that I thought showed a great amount of resilience, a great amount of get back, coming off of a game where you gave up 52 points. Grady Jarrett is now credited, and multiple people on the defense have said this, that having Grady Jarrett go out there and take the mantle as kind of a leader on this defensive line. Take the mantle as kind of a key piece, if you will, on this defensive line. And say, hey, look, you got to have more pride than that. You got to have more want to than that. Jaquan Brisker, Daniel Hardy, both crediting him with that. And the defense, I thought, responded in kind. Tyreek Stevenson, big takeaway. That starts it all. Now, from that, though, I do believe that we need to see this defensive line step up in kind. You got, as banged up as the Bears are, Grady Jarrett, Dio Adangbo, Gervon Dexter, Montez Sweat. That's your starting offensive line. Or defensive line, I should say. Those are the guys that you paid to pressure the quarterback. Those are the guys that you believed were going to be good enough to get home. And right now, they're not. As good as it was, what we saw in that game, there was a reason that the Cowboys had the ball for 20-plus minutes going into halftime. It wasn't just that the Bears were scoring so incredibly fast that there was no way you can, it plays a part into it, but hey, you can get the ball back. And the Cowboys went on long drive after long drive after long drive after long drive. That is an issue that you have to get right. That is an issue that you have to figure out. You have the 5th highest paid defense in football. And yes, some of those pieces are banged up right now. Kyler Gordon, TJ Edwards, Jalen Johnson, all banged up. But your defensive line is who they are. And as good as it was at the end of that game when they could pin their ears back and get themselves home, it was just as bad in the rest of that game. And I think while it was good to see what we saw from the defense, the takeaways we saw, holding them to 14 points, that was a good offense you were going up against. You got to figure out some way for the Chicago Bears team to get pressure, consistent pressure in the face of the quarterback.
I totally agree with you. I mean, you saw some improvement. You saw some growth to an extent from this defensive line. You saw Montez
Absolutely.
Sweat get his first statistical stat. Finally, I believe Domrod had the other sack, and so you want to build off that. You know, obviously, you want to see more pressure overall from the whole team across the line on the defensive side. Grady Jarrett, as you mentioned, is turned into that vocal leader and someone who also, by example, is trying to lead this team, and so you want to see him step up. Uh, you did like the fact that I think he bulldozed over some guy. I forgot the guy's name.
He did. That was Tyler Booker, same dude.
Tyler Booker, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Same dude that he was barking
Shamar
at.
was
Yeah,
barking
man.
at.
Same guy Shamar was barking at. Yep.
Tyler Booker's not having a good day apparently, but yeah, no. So it was good. It was improvement. But I mean, if you're looking at some of the deeper statistics on just the defense overall this year, I mean, they have really a lot of areas to improve. I'm looking at their rush statistics that they're giving up. They're almost dead last in opponents' yards per rush at 5.5, 30, that's 31st in the league. And so we need that interior. We need that front line to really step up. I'm a little surprised that Dennis Allen not really going to a lot of blitzes more so than I thought he would. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not seeing it as much as it's happening. I know he really relies a lot on that front four and to try to set the edge, with Montez and Adengbo, and so I would love to see improvement there as well. I would love to see maybe a little bit more help, just like they're giving on the offensive side with the blocking. But for me, you do want to see just more quarterback hits. You want to see more sacks. It was good yesterday. Yeah, they recorded 2, but as I've told you before, I would love to see 3 to 4 a game. That's where I think we're going to start to improve. And a bright spot, if you look closer at the game, Shamar Turner, being a little bit more involved. He looked like he actually had a really good game overall as well. Not it didn't come up in the statistics or a lot of the big box, the big categories necessarily in the game, but he made somewhat of an impact, out there. And so, do you see more of him being used as well? We talk about the rookies, kind of being groomed and brought along a little bit more and being more implemented into the game plan. And so, that's what I want to see going forward is improvement there on the run defense and not giving up the big plays when it comes to that run game.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here if they have, because they got a lot of new stats here. They have blitz percentage, which I believe they do on the defense here. Because I feel like they're blitzing, but they're not sending Tremaine Edmonds every single time.
Engage 8.
They're not. Yeah, you're not gonna get an engage 8. Now, this is the NFL, dog. This is not Madden. You're not.
I'd be engaging 8 every day.
Nobody's sending engage 8. You know what I mean?
Bring them on. Yeah.
And listen, I love this comment from Brother George as well. Like right now, and I do agree with this. This offense may have to be our defense.
Mm.
And there is a way for you to do that. Like, it's why we talk about how the Bengals go out there and win football games. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if Joe Burrow's on the field for long drives, that means Josh Allen can't come down the field and score.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of what this is going to have to become, where your quick hit play, what we saw Sunday, I thought was a thing of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Your quick hit plays put you up and put you in a position where you could put your foot on the team's throat.
Yeah.
And then you come out in the third quarter and you didn't run the football dominantly.
Mm-mm.
You didn't. I'm not going to sit here and say that the Bears were this elite running team with Kyle Monunga and DeAndre Swift back there, but you kept killing them for 2 to 3 yards per game. That makes the drive
11
longer.
straight runs?
You're walking up to the line a little slower. A little stretch right there.
You got to catch up with us. We're taking time.
You know what I mean? Like it was. You were taking your time. You hand the football off 2-3 yards. Back up, boys. Let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the execution of it really goes into that. When you got into your 3rd and 6s or your 3rd and 4s or whatever it was, now you need Caleb Williams to be Caleb Williams. Hey, you got to get us first down. I believe on 3rd down, the Bears were 8 for 13. A good chunk of it on those drives. Like that is a way for you to be able to go out and help your defense. And what did it do? Listen, is the Bears defense elite? Is it a Super Bowl caliber defense right now? No, which is the problem. You've got a top 5 paid defense and it's not Super Bowl caliber.
Yeah, they're actually one of the worst statistically right now. Yeah.
Is it good enough if you have that lead and you give yourself those moments where you say you're in a position to pin your ears back and go? Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so do I think that the weakness right now for the Bears is the rush defense, is the pass rush right now, and heading into this week 4, that's the thing that needs to improve mightily? 100%. But I also feel like Brother George said, there is some level of the offense being able to help the defense out in a major way by doing what we saw Sunday. You get up early, you get up quick, and then bet. Now we just got to maintain this. And by the way, that 19-play drive, it's not like it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
You finished it with 7. It's not like a 19-play drive. Oh, we just rested the defense. No, you finished it with 7.
Yeah.
Now they can come back out there and pin their ears back. Those are things that you have to do to help. Because I don't believe going into week 4, and I'll be honest with you, like the defense ain't even that great. I mean, the offensive line on Vegas is horrible. They just give up 5 sacks for Geno.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know if the Bears will be able to get home.
We'll see with that. But you know what? That's the beauty of the game. Is you see now, and I agree with you that the offense might have to take the lead, and that's refreshing to hear. Obviously, we know usually the defense is ahead of the offense, and maybe they could have been if you still had your names, your Kylers, your Edwards, your Jalen's. But even if they were on the field, this offense has gotten to the point, especially in showing this game, that when you work with the lead, you work from being in front rather than behind, you have that balance where you can kind of be methodical and kind of take your time, and you're not necessarily having to pass and try to catch up. Now you can run 11 straight runs. So even if it is only taking 2 to 3 yards, that's still getting you first downs. That's still making the defense tired, on Dallas, who has a horrible defense. Shout out to Matt Eberflus. And so my thing is, you want to continue to learn from that. When you work from a lead, when you're winning, those things happen. Now you're helping your defense to kind of get some rest. Now you're helping your defense, as you mentioned, to pin their ears back and hopefully get home a little bit more and causing some havoc in the backfield with the quarterback pressures and the quarterback hits and the eventual sacks that we hope are to come, more in bulk, during these games. But I love to see it. That's the name of the game is, you want to implement the run, you want to implement the pass and kind of catch them off guard. The one play that I keep going back to that you mentioned that we watched, I believe on the All 22 or on JTL Sullivan's page, shout out to Quarterback School, was the play that clearly looked like it was going to be a run when you had, I believe, 3 tight ends out there and Drew Smythe, Colston, and Cole Kmet lined up on the line along with the O-line. And then you had DeAndre in the backfield. And they went to Colston for that, I believe, that 31-yarder down the right side. And so, when you set it up like that, you can trick the defense into thinking that you're going to run, when you have those type of leads in the game. And so that's what we want to see more of. That's where we want to see the improvement.
See, this is why you got to be careful with utilizing AI to get you the answer, because Google, it's got the AI mode at the top. So I'm like, Chicago Bears blitz percentage. Like, what is it? It's like 19.2, lowest in the NFL. And I'm like, I feel like there's no way we're blitzing at a 19.2 rate. I click on the link that is coming from. The Dallas Cowboys and Matt Eberflus's defense are blitzing at a 19.2 rate.
Are you serious?
which is up from how much Flus was blitzing last year with us at a 16.4% rate. So I for some reason I can't find the blitz percentage, but I think there's a lot of improvements that you can make. I think Dennis Allen did some really good things, especially with Tremaine Edmonds, that I would love to see as we're heading into this week 4 matchup. But there is a want to see this defensive line be able to get home without the help of everybody else. But I just, and because of how much you paid it, like, I just don't feel like that's going to be the case. Yes, Montez Sweat got his sack on Sunday. Great. It's the first one we've seen since December 26th.
Since forever. Yeah. Yeah, that's bad.
Almost a year ago.
Yeah.
That we last saw a Montez Sweat sack. Like, I know it's early in the season. There's still a lot that he could get, but you got, what are we at? 3 sacks in 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Or I guess 3 sacks through 3 weeks right now?
Now, here's my only question with that. Do you make an excuse because, as you've said before, Dennis Allen's his ideal scheme is letting the rushers kind of set the edge instead of really pinning their ears back all the time? Maybe.
Listen, I've said that.
Maybe.
I've said that. I don't think Dennis Allen's goal is for them to not get sacks. Also, right, why are you setting the edge? You're setting the edge to contain the run. How are they doing it containing the run?
Not so good.
Yeah, I mean, you're setting the edge to keep the quarterback in the pocket. J.J. McCarthy was moving. And so those are the things for me that heading into week 4, I'm so focused on that defensive line. And I think that you can, what I do like about it and kind of getting into the final conversation here, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love.
Yes, sir.
Kind of getting into the final conversation here though, right? Like being 2-2 at the bye versus being 1-3 at the bye. As you're heading into that bye week, what are the storylines that I think you're talking about? To me, 2-2 at the bye really speaks to this Chicago Bears team scheme-wise can overcome the deficiencies of the players. We watched that first play yesterday to Colston Loveland. The offensive line didn't do a great job blocking that play. In fact, you had 2 tight ends trying to help block on that play. It was a 3-by-1. You had so much help blocking on the field because you're trying to make sure that your quarterback is protected and that the scheme is allowing him to be able to get the ball to where it needs to go. Again, Ben Johnson said, trust the scheme. If we're coming out of this by 2-2 and we're still feeling the kumbaya, the offense still moving in the right direction and all of that, I would say there's going to be a lot more trust in what this scheme can do for your talent. Because even on the flip side of that, we're not getting pressure home right now. But how Tremaine Edmonds used Dennis Allen?
Well, the other way around. I was going to say.
How Dennis Allen used Tremaine Edmonds, I thought was impeccable.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was all over the field. He's flying around 15 tackles. He's diving for interceptions. He's flipping people on their heads. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? We've never seen this Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah.
That's why I said coming out of camp, this may be a guy that you're going to have to pay a heck of a lot of money to at the end of this season. I know people don't want to hear that, but I think how DA is going to use Tremaine Edmonds is going to be very beneficial. He's only 27 years old, and you see how he's moving around the field.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I thought he was like 30. You see how he's moving around the field. You see how he was attacking when he was being sent on blitzes. I thought he confused the mess out of Dak Prescott. It was like, we're going to send him on a blitz. Nope, drop him back into coverage. Oh, snap. How'd he get back there? That's a tall linebacker to have to throw over. Let me get this ball over here to Jake Ferguson. Dang, how you get all the way over there to Jake Ferguson already? Like that to me, I think is the part of this. Like if you come out of this 2-2 where you go, this scheme really can overcome some of the talent deficiencies that we have.
Yeah, you need to utilize your talent, and because we're kind of depleted a little bit on the defensive side, you do want to see Edmonds kind of use his versatility and kind of just fly all over the BA8. Dare I say a Urlacher type? I'm not going to sit here and say he is Brian, but an Urlacher type. Don't you back away from me? You get back in screen. I said type. I didn't go crazy. Whatever. I don't. My point is, if he we got the hand puppet now, we got Pat the puppet now. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Anyway, my point stands.
That's that buzz. I'm gonna need you to never mention.
I said type.
I'm gonna need you to never mention Urlacher's name and Tremaine Edmonds' name at the same time.
Because I said type. Yeah, whatever. All right, fine. I just think that his talent was on display. Like that is peak production from Edmonds. That's what we want to see constantly. That's what we brought him here for. That's what we thought, coming off of a Pro Bowl with the Bills, that that's what you were getting. As one of the top linebackers, is his length, his speed, his ability to cover, his ability to blitz, his ability to tackle, and cover multiple positions, running back, wide receiver. Like, so, you're using him all over the field. That's what you want to do when you're depleted at, you don't have his, his partner in Edwards out there. You don't have his guy in the back, behind him to protect, the pass and Jalen and Kyler. So, that's how you hide some of the deficiencies. Is you still need your superstars or your quote unquote stars of the team to step up. And how do you do that? Well, you again, utilize them, put them all over the field. Same thing where I think I want to also mention Jaquan needs to do that. You're one of the better names also in the league when it comes to your position. Let's see you do those same things. Get you all over the field. How will Dennis Allen utilize him as well? That's a weapon you need to go to moving forward. But I do like that. I do like how you do mask some of those things that clearly are an issue. And again, Tariq Stevenson. If I see this version of Tariq Stevenson moving forward, I will be impressed. I will sit here and tell you, I'll be the first one to say Tariq is improving. I will give respect where respect is given, or is where it's earned, I should say. And he earned my respect in game one. He set the tone with that takeaway. And as you mentioned, the Tariq tear or whatever. I don't know if I'm behind that.
Jeff Meadow wanted to add that one in. I don't know if I'm down for that. The Tyreek tear.
Yeah, that's
you got to do it consistent enough for me to give you a cheesy name.
Yeah, it's got to happen a lot more. But
like I don't know. Tyreek a big forced fumble guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see, Tyree Stevenson forced fumbles.
He's a cheerleader guy. I know that.
Oh,
boy. All right. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know if he has a lot of forced fumbles or turnovers like that of that type. But I mean,
he's got two forced fumbles in his entire career.
Yeah, no, he's not there.
Yeah, I don't think that we're. I mean, like, I'm not nicknaming the second forced fumble. You know what I mean?
The Stevenson swipe. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. We'll work on that as he gets better, hopefully. But again, on the other side, as you mentioned, what does 2-2 look like for me? Obviously, you want to go into the bye 2-2, because what that means is that you improved off of this game, and I want to see what winning versus Vegas looks like. Does it look the same as how you played against Dallas? Because there are a lot of things that you can kind of take advantage of. As you mentioned, their offensive line isn't the best. Ashton Genty has kind of come up short so far in his young career.
Yeah.
And so you should be able to take advantage. You should be able to improve on your run defense numbers. You should be able to try to get in the backfield. Again, we'll see what happens with that. But on the offense, I look for them to continue to improve. I look for them to put up the 25 to 30 plus points, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 touchdowns again from Caleb. How does Caleb consistently build off of these good games? This best game that he's had, 298 and 4 touchdowns. So that's what I want to see.
Listen, and I'll be honest with you. I think, you come out of this game with a win. you're heading into that Washington game feeling confident coming out of the bye. You're saying, bet we back on even footing.
Yep.
Let's go out here. Let's go to war. I feel like you're feeling really good. You go into that Washington game 1-3. I think you're quickly in development mode. And I'll be honest with you, the 1-3 conversation, the flip side of it, you go into that Washington, you go into this bye week 1-3. I would almost argue that you're going to see massive changes coming out of the bye.
Oh, big shakeup.
And you may need to see some of those anyway. Listen, we're 3 weeks in. Darnell Wright not all pro.
Hey.
He's not.
More penalties? Yeah, I'm sorry.
He's not.
Bro.
He's not all pro.
It's concerning.
Now, is he fine? Sure. How long are the Bears going to stick with fine?
They got Braxton still. Yeah.
Is that when we start to see Theo Benedict, or I'm sorry, not Theo Benedict, when we start to see Ozzie Trapillo kind of make an appearance? Because I don't think you drafted Ozzie Trapillo in the second round for nothing.
No. Got to use him at some point.
I mean, Darnell through 3 weeks, penalties aside, like there's just too many times where you see him just get kind of tossed aside by dudes that he should be better than. Like, I get you get beat. Everybody gets beat.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about him getting beat every week.
Not at this clip. Yeah. You got to.
Nah, he's not getting Braxton Jones out here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's also the tough part. I think our comparison is, well, Braxton is getting thrown into Caleb Williams. Like, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't like that 3 years in, Darnell Wright, I mean, everything that Dan Richard is saying about him, proving true through the first 3 weeks.
And I trust Richard.
There are times where he's a dominant player and he can absolutely put you through the dirt. And I don't know if it's a focus thing. I don't know what the issue is, but there are other times he just kind of gets tossed aside. Now, I don't know if Ozzie Trapillo is the answer for that. But if you start off 1-3, I think it opens the door for that. Because now your season, of course, Ben Johnson is still trying to win as many games as possible, right? You can go 14-3, whatever it is. But I think now your season kind of shifts into, okay, what kind of team can we develop here? What kind of future can we develop here? And I want Darnell to work. He's a top 10 pick. Darnell don't work. Oh, we flaming Ryan Poles. You drafted a right tackle, top 10, over Jalen Carter.
He just took me back to high school. Then we flame, boy, if you don't get your
I'm baking this man, bro. And then I'm going to walk into Hallis and look him in the eye.
Heating this dude.
Like it's a top 10 right tackle pick.
Yeah.
You picked a right tackle top 10. Like, you pick left tackles top 10. You pick right tackles in the second round. So, like, and I don't know if there's a tackle. I'd have to go back and look at that draft. I don't know if there's a tackle that really is, like, dominating that board that you look at and you go, oh, you had to take him. But
I feel like it was. Joe Alt. Was that the Joe Alt draft?
He was gone already.
Oh, he was. Okay.
He was gone already. Joe Alt was not getting past Jim Harbaugh. We know that.
In charge, yeah. Oh, okay.
Darnell Wright draft. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Well, while you look that up, I did want to make a point on, if we do go 1-3, what that indicates is that there's still, and even if you go 2-2, I'll put it like this. It's not like if you go 2-2, all our prayers have been answered and this team is just perfect now. That doesn't mean that. Just because we go on a 2-game winning streak, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything is fixed and we figured it out. Now we're going to win 15 in a row. I completely understand that. Winning while making improvements is so much better than losing while having to figure it out as well. Because now you got to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, this season might be lost if we go 1-3. Now, who again is trying to prove themselves to be the guys that want to play for this team and who isn't. And I feel like that's what I want to see. If you go 2-2, maybe there's still a conversation about improvements, but you're seeing the team commit more to the message that Ben Johnson is telling them of their work ethic being better, the practices you're going harder, and having that championship standard that he talked about, them not having the first 2 weeks. If you go 1-3, maybe there's some inconsistency where you're still seeing players build off of that momentum, build off of the right culture that they want to set.
Yeah.
But then it's still like a regression where it's like, all right, you're not used to this standard yet. So you have your good days and your good weeks and your bad days and your bad weeks. And so it kind of fluctuates.
Yeah.
So now you have to answer, like you said, now there needs to be a shakeup. There needs to be a shakeup at right tackle. There needs to be a shakeup at maybe running back. Maybe. I don't know about if Swift is ever going to get replaced by Monangai, but maybe Monangai gets more touches. You don't know.
-8 yards on a heck of a carry.
Hey,
I loved
I'm
it.
sorry. I don't care what you say. I love
That's such
effort.
a fan moment. That's so stupid to cheer for, bro. That's such a fan moment.
You should have seen me and C-Dub. We were watching it at this picnic we were at. It was like, hey, whoa. It was just all a bunch of those. Every broken tackle was just amazing going backwards. But
did we come away from that with points? Did we score on that drive?
I don't remember if that was a drive we did or if we kicked it away. I'm not exactly sure. That's
well, no, because we were in the red zone. I'm trying to remember if we kicked a field goal or if we scored a touchdown on that drive. I don't remember.
That's a good question. Not sure offhand. I can't remember offhand.
The one thing I will say, and listen, I mean, I'm looking through the draft. There's nobody I really would have drafted over him. I mean, I guess Matthew Bergeron's in the conversation, but he's just okay as well.
Bergeron, okay.
John Michael Schmitz, I would have liked because of the center,
from Minnesota.
No, New York. But he's been so banged up in his career. Oh yeah, out of Minnesota. Yeah, he's been so banged up in his career. I can't say like, yeah, I would rather have him. Like they said, we got 6 on that. Okay. And then when he came back, like he was great, and then got hurt, and then he came back, and it was like, I don't think you got it anymore. So I guess coming out, I would have rather had him in the end of it. Oh, look at that. Zach Pickens taking first pick in the 3rd round. Tank Dell taking 4 picks after him. That one hurts. Okay, let me stop putting myself.
Tank's hurt now, so
Tank stay hurt. Actually,
it was a good start. That whole Houston team had a great start. Now they're just all plummeting. But
yeah, outside of that, there's not
a center from Georgia. Remember, there was a center from Georgia I kept talking about in that draft. Oh my goodness! And the name escapes me. He was literally a bulldog. In the way he played.
Georgia.
Yeah, he was a small, sturdy guy from Georgia, and I kept mentioning his name in that draft. I know it'll come to me eventually, but anyway, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, it is what it is. The concern right now, I think if you're the reason for that conversation was I think if you're at 1-3, you're having a very different conversation on the other side of that bye about some guys who you thought had long-term jobs here.
Yeah.
That maybe you're not. That maybe won't, I guess, is the right way to say it. But hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Appreciate y'all for always rocking with the channel. We got a lot of content still coming you guys' way today, so stay tapped in with us. What else we got going on today? We'll see if any more news comes out. If any does, y'all know we'll be on top of that as well. As always, for Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it's your boy Pat the Designer.
Yeah.
Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. Peace.
The best show for Chicago sports.
Way better than 1-3.
Way better than 1.
Come on now.
Oh my God.